Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the fight Fanatics. The Misfit 007 is looking great and many of the fights are looking extremely exciting. To make this video sweet and simple, I will break down the exciting fight between Deji and Swarmz, which will be featured as the co-main event in the KSI vs Joe Fournier fight on 13th of May at the OVO Wembley Arena in London. We are going to keep this video very sweet and simple. So Deji, let's talk about all the fights he's had. Deji first fought in August 2018 and he fought Jake Paul in the co-main event of KSI vs Logan Paul in their first fight. And he claimed that he didn't put much effort in at all and he had lost very badly against Jake Paul in the 5th round in the way of TKO. Then, after 3 years in June 2021, he made a comeback into boxing, promising everyone that this was going to be his redemption fight. And he came in overweight for this fight and didn't perform anywhere near his best. Not only was it embarrassing, it was very disappointing for all of his fans, as all of his fans were convinced that Deji was going to redeem his loss against Jake Paul and he was going to come back much stronger, but instead he actually came into his second fight much more worse than he did when he fought Jake Paul. So it was coming to a point where Deji did not look good at all and people were in a situation where they were losing hope in Deji, so he had his third redemption fight against Alex Wasabi in early 2022. And he was in a situation where he did train but not train as hard as once again, and it came to a point where Deji wasn't able to throw as many punches against Alex Wasabi, and in that fight it went to distance and he lost in a split decision against Alex Wasabi. He got a lot of backlash and many people such as Vidal Riley stated that Deji shouldn't get the right to be placed as the main event on a card. Deji wasn't happy with the backlash that he received, so then he got Leon Wills as his boxing coach to start training him, and since then Deji has shown major improvements and went on to beating FusiTube in a devastating fashion on the KSI vs Swarmz and Pineda undercard in August 2022. What's more impressive is that Deji went against Floyd Mayweather Jr. on the 13th of November 2022. He, to our surprise, did pretty well against a man who is known as the best boxer of all time, and despite him performing very well, he just couldn't keep up with the pace and had lost by the 6th round by the way of TKO. This tells us that compared to Swarmz, Deji has more experience being in the ring and is used to tasting defeat. He will most likely go in with the mentality that he doesn't want to be classified as a clown and as a loser anymore. So Deji will go in with the mentality of wanting redemption. Another factor that makes this fight very interesting is that Deji is a southpaw stanced fighter, and Swarmz has just recently got involved in the boxing scene when literally before July 2022, boxing wasn't something he had any involvement in whatsoever. Swarmz has had 2 bouts. One against KSI on the 27th of August 2022, where he was embarrassed, beaten up badly and was stopped by the 2nd round, and he went on to fighting Ryan Taylor on the undercard of KSI vs Face Temper, and went on to winning that by default as he landed a punch on Ryan Taylor's eye, which led to Taylor not being able to continue, which gave Swarmz the TKO victory. We have to give credit to Swarmz as he is looking in good shape and he's put everything in the sport since he lost to KSI. Both Deji and Swarmz are going in with the mentality to gain redemption, go to war, and to prove that they are taking this boxing scene very seriously. For my honest prediction, as this is a light heavyweight 4-round bout, I see this fight being a fight where both Deji and Swarmz go toe to toe with each other from the get-go, and when it comes to boxing, this isn't a sport you can just get involved in and think you can outpace everyone. It takes a lot of time and effort. I see Deji winning this fight between rounds 3 and 4 by the way of TKO, as I believe Deji will bring in the pressure the same way he did against FusiTube. He's worked on his fitness and he is taking the sport much more seriously now. Swarmz will put on a great performance, but I do believe his lack of experience, his nerves, and him going against a southpaw for the first time in his career, not really having a credible win on his name, will come into factor and will lead to his defeat to Deji. Definitely hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button and comment below which videos and breakdowns you would like to see next. Peace.